My mother used to tell a story about how she used to kill a chicken. She'd wake up every morning at 5:30 on the dot. The mornings she woke up late by mere minutes were the mornings she was beaten. And every morning she'd wake up with just the shawl on her back and walk out into the cold morning and throw out the feed and wait for the chickens to come to her. 40 minutes she'd sit, watch the chickens bob their heads, and 12 weeks she would wait. But once those 12 weeks were over, came the glorious day where she finally chased one down, put its head against the wooden stub, raised the machete, and I think you can fill in the rest. I got to see her do it once. It was cold and dark that morning. But the event wasn't violent. It was a harvest. She explained to me that the world is divided into things that eat and are eaten. And the only way to become the former is to become the latter. When she left the farm, she made sure that she didn't take any of the farm soil with her. And she left. There was this one time. I was 6. I left the house for school, and outside our apartment building, there were this group of like 4 kids. You know, they were talking, but the moment they saw me, they stopped talking. And I was 6, but I wasn't an idiot. I knew that the conversation was about me. And after a moment of silence, one of them finally spoke up and said, "Say something." I didn't know them, so I told them my name, and they laughed. Not because my name is funny, it's not. My name's not funny. But because it was mine. I split those kids' faces until their teeth were all over the sidewalk. You know, later I was in the principal's office rehearsing my apology. And I could hear inside, when my mom got there, the administrator talking like disruptive behavior or something about the kids, with like 3 or 4 of them being in the hospital. And the only thing my mom said that whole meeting was good. Well, we left, and she told me, if you're gonna dish it out, make sure you can clean it up. And I didn't know what she meant at the time. But we got home, and she locked the doors. And I hadn't realized how many locks we had on our doors. And she sent me to bed, and because I was 6 years old, I didn't know I had to clean my hands, and I couldn't sleep because they hurt so much. So I got up out of bed, and I saw her in the kitchen, sitting, holding a knife. I guess she saw me half asleep at the doorway. She picked me up and she took me to the kitchen table and she sat me down. That was the first time she ever told me about how she used to kill a chicken. And she talked for hours. Hours. She never talked that much. The sun came up and I had to leave for school, so she followed me to the window, and I assumed she was watching me leave, making sure I got to the bus stop safe. But when I looked, she still had the knife in her hand, watching everyone else. And that was the first time I realized she always did that. She was always watching, observing, to see how much of a threat people were to her. But the funny thing is that I can't remember a single time she ever looked for me.